Truth is that the current state of this online entrepreneurship space, you can call it money Twitter, digital money, online money, info space, e-commerce, dropshipping, whatever, right? Like this space that we currently operate in, it has never been in such worse place than it is today. It is completely filled with the most rubbish information and completely false thinking designed by people that just are trying to take advantage of young founders, entrepreneurs, people who want to actually do something in their life. This whole idea that entrepreneurship is like this escaping the system or F the system or breaking free is far from the truth. This idea of you're going to start some e-commerce business and you're going to import some stock and sell it or drop ship it, and all of a sudden now you have location, time, freedom, and you're going to live this life, and before you know it you're going to be posting your 4 pictures on Twitter with your steak and your car and your this, and that's it, you've made it, that is life. It's just bullshit. It's just not it. Look, my business did $18 million last year. I have an agency where I actually help brands and other people make a lot of money online. And it is one of the hardest things in the world. It's taken me 8 years to get to this point. There is no such thing as freedom. It's such a lie that it's just wrong. And I'll tell you, look, the idea that you have time freedom as an entrepreneur is the opposite. It doesn't matter what your work hours are. As a business owner, you are on 24/7. And the time is way harder to manage than it ever is in a job. In a job, let's say, in a normal job, I need to start something and end something because it's designed like that. When it's your own, it never stops. I do calls at 2 a.m. with clients. It could be 18-hour days with clients. I could be flying to 3 different countries to make sure clients are happy. It never stops. And it's always like that. Or it's 1 a.m., a container has been taken over by pirates, and now I've got to deal with it. That's the reality of running a business. This idea of like you have this freedom, right? Do whatever you want, and you're just going to be, living the life of this dream is just not true. And look, the truth is that most jobs today, I know jobs which, online entrepreneurship people think, how can someone have a job? Most jobs today are remote. You pretty much don't even work 9 to 5. You work from the comfort of your house, probably 4 days a week. And most places which are like where you would be working, obviously no one's working in factories or anything like that anymore in terms of this space that we're talking about, someone that's watching this or in the online space, you essentially are in control of your life in full. Most people, even in my company, start the day when they want to, finish the day when they want to, as long as all the stuff is done. And most people are focusing and doing things they actually want to do in life. That is freedom, because you are choosing to do what you want to do. This idea that you've got to leave your job, leave some education, and you got to go and start a drop shipping store, an agency or something else, and that's freedom. It's just not. Also, it is so hard to be successful in any one of those businesses that most guys online are telling you to start, because the amount of skills that you need to have to actually make a success of it makes it hard, makes it the opposite of freedom, makes it complex, makes it stressful, makes it extremely hard to succeed in. So business is not easy. It is very, very tough. And look, it's not that it doesn't work. Of course it does. It's one of the best things in the world to start your own business, like I have, and make it into a success. But if you're starting a business thinking it's freedom, thinking you're escaping the system, this same system that apparently you're escaping, it's so funny, because ultimately what is it, right? If you work for someone today, let's say you're an agency, you work for an agency. A client is paying the agency pays you, right? You're in the system. On my days, this can't be the case. I have to escape it. What's the difference? Now a client is just going to pay you directly. There's no real change. What's changed about your life? Your money's still in a bank. You're still probably leasing a car. You're still paying rent. What system have you escaped? Right? It's the stupidest thing. And kids everywhere are like, I need to do this. I need to start my own business. I need to do this. And it's just, anyway, I'm tired of seeing it, because when I'm online, I'm always looking for relevant business content that will actually help me. And you just can't find it, because most things are just all geared towards this one thing now, which is live the life of freedom, do this. You're going to be living like me. Look how much money I have. And so you want to be like me? Or this is how to do it. This business model is the best. And that is it. And look, that brings me to the second thing that I wanted to talk about, which is this fascination with 10K a month. It is the most funniest thing. So, any business owners that have done 7 figures plus in their business or have been doing this for a long time, essentially someone like myself and other colleagues that I have, we laugh at that stuff because it's the most corniest and cheesiest thing in the world when someone's like, how to get to 10K a month, bro? It's just like, what are you talking about? There's so many things that are just insanely wrong with this whole 10K movement, that fascination, movement, whatever. First thing is that anyone that's making content about 10K a month, they won't have an actual business, which is their primary source of revenue, which is actually something else. The way they make their money is essentially teaching other people, you, how to make 10K per month. So the only people in the world that talk about 10K a month are the people that essentially are telling you how to make 10K per month, meaning no actual business owners that have done something else than just teach people how to make 10K per month, talk about 10K per month, which just shows how wrong or messed up the whole thing is. Ultimately, some young people who are great at marketing, great at creating content, figured it out and essentially keep telling other people, this is how you make money, by the way. Pay me, I'm going to tell you how to make money. And the whole time, the only way they've ever made money is by telling you how to make money. That's the irony of it. But for some reason, nobody sees this. People are still like, oh no, I love following that guy, or he knows what he's talking about because this is the best way to make 10K per month. It just makes no sense. The other thing that extremely infuriates me is that the tactics that these 10K a month entrepreneurs deploy to actually sell shit is completely immoral, unethical, and just bullshit. Why? Because people will use emotional blackmail to try to sell shit to people, which is just, you cannot be doing. But the truth is, you get away with it because it's the online space and there's no rules, you can do whatever. What I mean by that is bullshit like this. I've seen the sales scripts. I actually, for fun, sometimes go into people's funnels and I see what they're saying, what they're doing. I've even gone on appointment setting calls, sales calls, and it's just amazing to me. I even get my team to do it sometimes because I've been so intrigued by what are people doing, how are people convincing people that they should leave their job and start a drop shipping store and they're going to have a rollie, going to have a whip, and going to be living this lean, dry lifestyle. So I was like, let me see. And it's crazy. People will use tactics like, you get on a sales call and it'll be like, are you the decision maker? Okay. Do you have a card with you? Okay. And at every point, they will use emotional blackmail to be like, do you not want to make enough money? Do you not want to buy a house for your mom? What type of person do you want to be? Do you not want to have a legacy? Do you want to have this? They'll use every tactic to convince someone to buy the course, to buy the thing that they're selling us and get them to 10K per month. And it's crazy. It's just not okay, right? Because what are we doing? We're essentially, you can't use the word scam, right? Because ultimately there is content, there is going to be some value, there is going to be something. It's just unethical. It's immoral. It's just the way you are selling, the tactics that you're using is just not the right. And I don't like it. And I don't want to say it because it's been on my mind. I see it all the time. And I wish more younger people, look, I'm 30 plus. I've been doing this for a long time. I wish more younger people saw through that bullshit. Like if someone can really help you out and they have an amazing product, go buy it. But most of the times, people are selling you something and you should know that the moment you see a title on YouTube saying something 10K per month or a tweet or a LinkedIn post, just know that's the start of their funnel. And at some point in that journey, they're going to use every tactic possible to get you to give your money to them. As long as you know that, then it's cool. But it's important because most people don't know. When you're going through your first funnel experience or a sales call experience, you are unaware. And in most cases, you are going to get done over because before you know it, you've paid $8,000 because you're trying to get to your 10K per month. They're giving you some guarantee, it's all going to work out, but you still pay the money. The terms and conditions are going to make sure that you never get that money back. And that's the truth. What I wanted to get off my chest was that if you're starting a business in the wrong way, with the wrong thought process, with the wrong inspiration, it's going to fail because you are thinking that I'm going to get rich fast. Even though it's not a get rich quick scheme, of course it's not, right? That's what everybody says. But what they actually are saying to you is, hey, you want to be like me? Just do this. I'm giving it to you all. And before you know it, you got the rollie and you're going to be loving life. Starting my own business has changed my life. I would love for anyone to start a business and change their lives. Just know it's going to be hard. It's going to be a million times harder than any job will ever be. The financial pressure of knowing you've got to do all the work, you've got to pay a bunch of people, and then you finally pay yourself is so much harder than getting paid at the end of the month from a job that you're at. I know that because I worked. I had a job for years. Then I left to start my own business. Today I employ 100 people. I have to make sure we make enough money to pay the 100 people and all software and everything else and rent in 4 offices around the world and have enough profit left over and pay myself. That is way harder than me right now. I could probably go and work for, I don't know, Instagram as a creative director and get paid a salary. It'll be way easier. And I think I'll have way more freedom in my life. And it's just that. But you are playing for the big upside, right? Why am I doing this? Why should you start a business? You should start a business in the right way, knowing that the next 3 to 5 years of your life are going to be the hardest years of your life. But if you do it for the right reasons, if you do it with the right thinking, the right mentality, you will find success. And if you were to, you will build equity value for yourself, right? And if you look at any successful person in the world, how did they get rich? They didn't get rich by making a lot of cash per month. Anyone that's ever gone rich is because they built something and sold it. From Elon Musk, from PayPal, to anyone else you want to look in history, or any major entrepreneurs online that are sophisticated, real entrepreneurs, they built their wealth by building businesses and selling them. So that is why you should start a business. You should start a business to build enough value that someone would want to buy it off you one day. Whether you want to sell it or not, your decision. Whether you want to live off that cash flow forever, your decision. Live off the dividends, your decision. Or you want to sell it. That is the way to wealth. That is why you should start a business, to do it for the right reasons, in the right way, and you can make a lot of money. But just know it's going to be extremely hard work. And look, I took a break from making content because I've been busy building my business, which over the past few years, I have massively grown. Did $18 million last year. You can check our accounts on Companies House in the UK. You'll see we did £15 million, which works out to $18 million. But now I have a bit more time. Business is really set up and I'm making content again. So on this channel, you can expect me to just give you more of the straight truth, more of honestly what it takes to build a business, tactics, actual things that I go through building my business and everything else. And I promise you, there's no 10K a month. There's no lies about this glorified entrepreneurship thing that it is. It's hard, but also very rewarding because you achieve things. There's one thing that the whole online space doesn't talk about, which is the fun of actually achieving stuff. So I released a drink called Newtonic, hit #1 on Amazon. I released an app called Shreddy, hit #1 on the App Store and Apple globally. Those are the things why you do it for. There's stripes that you wear with honor. I know what I'm capable of. We've produced content which has got 1 billion plus views. Like when you do real shit, that's what business is about. It's not about how fast you can buy a Rolex for $25,000 and then you've made it. And before you know it, now you're telling people, I bought my watch. Let me now teach you how to get to 10K. It's like you're playing the wrong game if you think that's the way to be successful in life. Look, that's all. My name is Shan. I'll see you in the next video.